And here we go, guys. Piss wet through day at Pendle. It wouldn't be Pendle if it wasn't raining. Gonna go and have a look at the track in a minute. But yeah, just got this new gazebo. So that's where I'm gonna be camping. Look alright. Let's go and have a look at the track. Go down the straight, round the bank in, cut out the bumps, so we're up here, down through this section, back around, back on the straight. Should be alright, 4-wheel drive. Got to make some changes to the tyres, maybe cut some of the spikes off the front. But yeah, 4-wheel drive at Pendle. Shall we get on? This track is massive, boys. Don't use this part, but it's still a big track. Times to change the tyres on the 4-wheel drive. Not much grip here, so I'm going for silver mezzos on the front and silver mezzos on the rear. Heavens are very much opened up. It's going to be a fun day. Time to run the Associated practice.
And here we go, here's the races we're racing against today. We've got Gareth on pole, Mike Ward second, Chloe Ward third, me fourth, Ethan fifth, Andy Booth sixth, Carl seventh, John Dean eighth, and Neil in ninth. Raced against Carl a few times at Southport and Berry. Raced against John Dean a few times as well. Always have a laugh with John Dean. Mike Ward and Gareth Hunt are kind of like going to be leading the pack, always having a bit of an advantage when you start at the front, but not taking anything away from them because them two guys are quick. So yeah, hopefully we can have a good one, get a good result. Let's do this. Gonna skip practice, jump straight into qualifying.
So yeah, there we go, boys. 4-wheel drive is where it's at. A lot of fun that. We come fourth. A lot of cars didn't make it to the grid, but we come fourth, so on to the results. Yeah, 4-wheel drive is definitely where it's at. Yeah, enjoyed that. On to qualifying next.
So here we go, fastest lap in qualifying, sending it down the straight, nice speed out of this 6.5 turn motor in this Associated. Quite hard to get to see the track, just how far away it is. I mean, it is a kind of like a 1/8 track used mainly. Not used to being so far away from the track, but it's good practice. Round we go. So with that sandy section, able to get some grip and pull it through. Round we go. Nice and tight round that corner. See that back end kicking out slow over that bump. It sends you the arse end of the car up in the air. And there we go, lap 6 at 32.29.
Yeah, boys, slippery when wet. A lot more confident with the 4-wheel drive. Able to pull me through corners. Still made a few mistakes. There's a few blind spots in the track. It's like it's hard because of depth and perception, because the track's quite a big track. There's a certain section where it's a bit of a bottleneck. So yeah, you need to get your line right before you go through it. It's like a bit of a tight corner, a bit of a tight chicane. But yeah, overall, enjoyed it. 4-wheel drive's definitely where it's at. Rain's starting to come down. New gazebo doing its job. Yeah, boys.
So here we go, results from qualifying round 1. Gareth Hunt won it with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 31.59. Ethan was second with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 30.78. I was third with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 32.29, quite off the pace compared to Gareth. Andy Booth was fourth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 32.83. Not been racing long, Andy Booth, so well done. Neil Taylor was fifth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 33.31. John Dean was sixth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 33.15. Chloe was 7th with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 33.08. Carl was 8th with 8 laps and a fastest lap of 34.46. And Mike Ward, who didn't run, back of the pack.
There you go, boys, qualifying round 1 with the 4-wheel drive. Come third, only one mistake, and that dropped me down. I was leading it at one point, or I might have been second, but anyway, I'm happy with that. On to qualifying round 2. So
here we go, qualifying round 2, sending it down the straight, getting nice speed out of the car, suspension's working nice. After getting some tips from some of the Associated team drivers, drilled at me pistons by 0.1 of a millimetre. It's now able to soak them bends up. Round we go, round this twisty track. It's always a nice feeling when you get it right. A lot of space to make mistakes, very forgiving track. Round we go, this tricky section where the track drops away from you. Round we go, slam on the brakes for this little bump. Round we go for lap 3 at 31.22. So on to the results. Ethan won it this time with 10 laps and fastest lap of 30.27, so he's getting very quick. Gareth Hunt second with 10 laps and fastest lap of 31.69. Me third with 10 laps and fastest lap of 31.22. Andy Booth fourth with 9 laps and fastest lap of 32.30. John Dean managed to get up to fifth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 33.99. Carl was sixth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 33 bang on. Chloe was seventh with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 32.53. Neil was eighth with 8 laps, and a fastest lap of 32.94. And Mike Ward, who didn't run again. The back of the pack, boys, must be having issues with his car.
And there we go, boys, another third place with the 4-wheel drive in qualifying 2. Happy days, made a few mistakes towards the end, but yeah, overall we're doing alright. 2 4-wheel drive, nerves are starting to set in. I've done alright, now I'll start screwing up because the pressure will get to me, the pressure.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one this. Opening lap was actually my quickest lap, so must have started over trying in the later laps, but this, see how we get on here. Sending down straight up this banking, someone's come off. Clear track in front of me. This little perception bit there, I found I struggled in that bit. But yeah, it's not looking a great lap, so I must have struggled in this one. Let's see how we do anyway. Round we go, through the sand, try and get past this car in front. Plenty of laps to go, plenty of room to make improvements. Round we go, slam it on, bring it round, and lap 1 was a 31.36. Yeah, so track's constantly evolving. Bouts of rain coming through, but I was first with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 31.36. Gareth was second with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 31.28. Ethan was third with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 29.90. Andy Booth was fourth with 9 laps and fastest lap of 32.34. John Dean fifth with 9 laps and fastest lap of 33.18. Carl was sixth with 9 laps and fastest lap of 33.49. Neil Taylor was seventh with 6 laps and a fastest lap of 31.90. And Chloe was eighth with 5 laps and a fastest lap of 33.44. And Mike Ward, who didn't run again. Don't know what's going on with Mike. Don't know if it's transponder or what, but yeah, boys.
And here we go, boys. I'll have that quickest. Awesome run. Maybe made one mistake near the start, but I think Gareth, who won it last time, or was close to the front last time, got held up by back markers, but you know, live by the sword, you die by the sword. So yeah, first position in any qualifying I've ever done with the 4-wheel drive. It's a bit of an achievement in itself. Happy days, boys, happy days. And here we go, boys, about to jump into the last round of qualifying round 4. Had top 3 finishes all day with the 4-wheel drive, so hopefully we place well in the final. Just wait for going into qualifying round 4 next, and then it'll be the finals.
Yes, hopefully we can have another good one. And again, opening lap was the quickest, so like I say, track was on and off wet. It was pretty wet all day, but the rain came and went all day. So round we go, down this, try and get some speed up. Nice tight line there, nice angle there. This part of the track I really enjoyed it. Round here, sliding it round. That corner there was quite tricky, so I'm running a bit wide. Carried a bit too much speed. Yeah, it doesn't look like a great lap, but as long as we were getting consistent. So lap 1 is a 31.82. On to the results. Ethan won it with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 30.61. I was second with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 31.82. Neil was third with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 31.73. Gareth, who must have had a bad run, got fourth with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 30.81. Andy Booth was fifth with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 31.73. Chloe was sixth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 31.27. John Dean seventh with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 33.45. And Carl was 8th with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 34.18. And Mike Ward, who was missing in action. Yeah, boys.
Some guys, that's the end of qualifying. Another top 3 finish. Able to pace myself in that race. I saw the other guy in the corner of my eye, so I was able to keep pace myself. Everyone had a tangled in the last corner, so made up, yeah, kind of like sorted itself out, yeah. But on to the finals next. It's been a brilliant day. This track here at Pendle has been awesome with the 4-wheel drive. Really enjoyed it. It's not been too bad with the 2-wheel drive. It's just 2-wheel drive. It's like because it's rear wheel drive, you're just dicing with death in every corner. But 4-wheel drive, pulling it around them corners, lovely, diably.
So here we go, guys. The 4-wheel drive C final got me on pole, Andy Booth second, Neil Taylor third, Tom Clark fourth, Chloe fifth, John Dean sixth, and Carl in seventh. I make a bit of a my getaway at the start of this race isn't brilliant, but I do a pretty decent charge, if I do say so myself, to get back towards the front of the pack. So yeah, a lot of people were running slipper clutches on this day, which I found really interesting. I had a ball diff, well, I had a gear diff in my centre diff, but yeah, a lot of people were running slipper clutches, so learn something new every day. Let's jump straight into it. So here we go. On a number of 1 to 10 of bad starts, this has got to be the worst start ever. Not going to do too much talking over because the legendary Paul Tonks does a pretty good job, but yeah, keep an eye out for my car. Used to running the slipper clutch in the L1R, this being more direct drive, and I just pretty much gun it and spin out. I think that I'm thinking now that that car overturned is me, so once he turns it over I then realise which car's mine. So that's one of the disadvantages of being so far from the actual racetrack. It's sometimes hard to keep track of who is who. So now it's going to be pretty much a charge through the pack to see where we can get.
Okay, so there's RC finals going. I just missed that then. So we've got our leader. Got a bit of a lead here. Let's see who we've got. Can't see car numbers. So who we got on the line? Chloe Ward with well, I'm going to call that a lap one, a huge lead. That's almost a 5-second lead to Neil Taylor in second, Tom Clark third, Andy Booth fourth, Carl Harkins 5, Paul Fulton dropped from 1 to 6, John Dean in 7.
So Tom Clark's who I'm hunting down.
Going around the track quite steady here. This is what you need. Had a bit of a range though, a bit of slippy, but Chloe handling it superb. She has a 4.4 second lead. There she goes over the line, a 30.7 lap with the Neil Taylor. It's now turned into a 6.5 second lead. So we've got Chloe pulling away from Tom. We've got Paul Fulton, who was from front down to the bottom, he's now back up to third. He's only 1 second behind Tom Clark. Andy Booth is fourth, Carl Hart at 5, John Dean is 6, and Neil Taylor is 7.
So Tom Clark, black car in front, hopefully he can get up towards the back of him and put him under pressure. Let's see. My Associated running lovely. If anything, I think it was a bit too quick for this day, but here we go, put him under pressure. Last to break and Tom goes wide. Gets me up to second. Bit deep.
So Chloe still got a 7-second lead over Tom. Now we're into 2 minutes.
The running order at 2 minutes is 5, 4, 1, 2, 7, 3, 6.
There we go, up to second.
Well, Paul Fulton, who was our pole man, dropped down to last, he's now second, and if it wasn't for that little bubble just over the start line, he'd been a lot closer than his 5.6 seconds. So we're halfway through the race, and Chloe is going to end up with the race before with Paul Fulton keeps going at the same sort of pace. But Chloe is being steady. This comes over the line again. Paul Fulton is hot pursuit. He was 5.6 seconds, and now it's just under 5. So at that pace, it could get quite close at the end. We'll see how we get on. So it's Chloe Ward in the lead, Paul Fulton 5 seconds behind. We've got Andy Booth third, we've got Tom Clark fourth. So just going past Marshall 8, we've got Chloe Ward. Going past Marshall 8 there, it was our second place, Paul Fulton. So Chloe probably got the length of the start straight for a lead, which is still 5 seconds. Chloe's still putting the pace in there. Last lap was a 29.8 for Chloe, a 29.67 for Paul Fulton. So Chloe's doing enough here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to chase her down now. Don't think we've got enough time.
1 minute 30 left. We've got Chloe Ward in the lead, Paul Fulton. Chloe Ward in the lead, Paul Fulton 2, Andy Booth 3, and we've got Tom Clark 4.
Oh. Going to cost me, I think. At this point, I think I'm going to just settle for second.
Over the line there.
Don't want to let Tom catch me up though. Still got to put in some quick
There are two
times.
cars now that have got quite close to that start line. People coming on for the following race, can you please keep your cars away from the loop?
6, 7.
So, Colin Ward now with, watch out at 10 seconds, so Paul Fulton is in, and he's trying to catch up. He's made a few mistakes in that last lap. And it's a 10-second lead from Chloe Ward to Paul Fulton. We're into our last, 30 seconds. Chloe Ward in the lead. Paul Fulton, 2, Tom Clark, 3, John Dean, 4, Andy Booth now 5.
Why did you have to say that?
Pace is settled down now. Just want to bring it home. That's Tom behind me. There we go, final buzzer.
6. Chloe Ward had a 10-second lead on the last lap. We've got finishing there. We've got John Dean forward, so our top 3 cars are still on this lap. That's Chloe, Paul and Tom. And that's a win for Chloe. Well done, Chloe.
Well done, Chloe.
Steady racing all the way through. We've just got Paul Fulton, Paul Fulton in 2 in the 2nd place, and that means we have Tom Clark in 3rd. So Chloe, Paul and Tom, you're on our roster for photograph.
And there we go, not a bad race considering. So Chloe won with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 29.80. I was second with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 29.67. Tom Clark was third with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 30.05. John Dean fourth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 31.23. Andy Booth was fifth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 31.23 again also. Neil Taylor was sixth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 30.98. And Carl, who was 7th with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 31.80. So yeah, boys, managed to get me picture taken as always. Thanks very much for tuning in. I shall see you in the next one. Oh yeah.